And I welcome anyone who's taking a look at us for the first time. And it's so great. I'm so grateful to be on this call with a lot of dear friends. And this has been an interesting week for us. I've known it's been an interesting company for almost 2 years now. I knew what was going to be announced yesterday, so let me, for the guest, if there's one guest, let me give you a little of my background. And I'm only doing this because the world always wants to tell you to do one thing or another. And unfortunately, there are only a few people that you should ever listen to. Anyone can say anything, but their actions and having experience make a world of difference. Now, for some of you, you've heard me on my Saturday calls. You know I have a financial background. My undergrad, my master's are in finance. I've been in this industry of network marketing for 3 decades. I've been a big real estate developer, and my family owned a major chemical company. So I was around business my whole life. Now, weeks ago, and actually a month ago, I told everyone, you can document this, go and listen to my calls. I told you that there was going to be an earnings report today. A high-profile company, Netflix, was going to report their earnings. The world said it was going to go down. The world said they're going out of business. The world said competition is absolutely going to pick them apart. Folks, the world was wrong. I was right. Netflix is up 10% today. It closed at $286 at 4 o'clock. It's $313 after hours. Don't judge me on what I say. Judge me on action and experience. Now, I'll relate that to network marketing. I don't call myself a network marketer. I pride myself on having a business background. There's a lot of people calling themselves network marketers who don't know anything about supply and demand, don't know anything about economics. If you were here, you want more out of life. We all do. We want the same things. It doesn't matter where we come from. We want to be able to spend time with our family. We don't want to worry about bills coming in. We want to be able to find that something that has a big upside. We want to know that earnings report that we can capitalize on. I'm telling you, look in my eyes, listen to the tone of my voice. I don't have to participate in network marketing. In today's transaction, I made over 7 figures today alone. I'm here to tell you, I'm more excited about the opportunity with New You Life than anything I've ever seen in network marketing. Why? We brought a one-of-a-kind product to the marketplace, transdermal HGH, something that whether someone can identify that or see the future, you need to understand that in our first year of doing business, we did $65 million in sales. We have given a very clear indicator that there is a mass market domestically and internationally that is interested in hearing our story. I believe that the potential for that one particular product is many hundreds of millions of dollars, potentially $1 billion. But yesterday, we just announced something that network marketing has not seen. See, if you go to your local supermarket and you look at all the magazines there, you're going to see that many of them are going to talk about a category called keto. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's been a craze for a period of time. And the number one influencer in the world in keto just partnered with us yesterday. Well, it was announced yesterday. This partnership's been going on for almost 6 months. Our owner and this particular influencer have formulated 2 particular products we're coming out with in January. They're working on a third. What does that mean for you? See, if you want to be successful in anything in life, you have to get ahead of a trend. You have to see something that has a big upside, and you have to be in the beginning of telling that story. I'm not interested in telling a story that 1,000 other people want to tell. I'm not interested in telling a story that 100 other people want to tell. I love the idea of having a true competitive advantage. When you are a first mover in a category, it's tough for anybody in the category to ever catch up to you. That is why when I did my research over the last 6 months, and I formed my opinion several months ago that Netflix in its third quarter reporting would outpace and outdo what the industry experts thought it was going to do. They've had a first mover advantage for 10 years. We have a first mover advantage in transdermal HGH. Now in this keto space, being partnering with the leading expert, the authority, if you will, in this keto space, creating unique categories, unique products, once again, gives us another first mover competitive advantage. That is absolutely the recipe for a successful business protocol, for a successful business formation. I have had the privilege to spend a lot of time with the owner of our company, New Life, and he has formulated over 600 products. Of those 600 products, I know that he has a half dozen to a dozen of those products that are equally as impressive, that are first mover categories, that deal with all different situations across a broad demographic in our society. To win on a scalable basis, to win on a long-term basis, you have to put yourself in a circumstance that just makes sense. Remember, business is all about probability. Business is all about statistics. Business is all about risk reward. If you are hearing about this right now, we are in the infancy stage of building our brand. We're less than 2 years into our growth cycle. Our first year, as I said, we did $65 million in sales. Fast forward to last week, we did $5 million in sales last week. What does that mean? It allows us to have the appropriate cash position to invest, to do the necessary things that we need to do to build the brand and the company that we will become. I'm going to keep this very, very short. When 80% of the people told me I was wrong on Netflix weeks and months ago, today proved differently. And I will tell you that in the next 2 to 3 years, I cannot think of a greater potential environment to be involved in than New Life. I just came back from the corporate setting. We've expanded into a 16,000 square foot office. A year and a half ago, we were in a 300 square foot office. There were 3 people that were running the company. We had infrastructure issues. We've been building that infrastructure out. Our corporate setting now consists of almost 60 people. So you see progress is being made. Significant progress is being made. So if you genuinely want to be in the right place at the right time, if you want to get ahead of a trend, if you're willing to do some work, if you're willing to learn that no one gets successful without developing certain skills. It took me decades to be able to understand indicators and trends in the financial world to be successful. I failed many times before as I was gradually developing my skill. You don't have to spend decades in network marketing. You're partnered with, this team here is an amazing team. There's some tremendous leaders here who are genuinely good, high-character individuals that are skilled and want to help anybody get to where they want to go. You know, when you have the ability to build a home-based business, to refer people to a Zoom meeting or a conference call or watch a video, that's complementary to your life. That's not disruptive. Last night, one of my friends, Brian Meira, who's one of our Diamond Ambassadors, did a beautiful presentation for about 20 minutes. I encourage you, listen to that video. And it's all about one thing. It's about fear of loss. When I look back on my business career, I'm proud of some of my successes, but I would say the things that I regret most are some of the things that I didn't initiate, that I didn't engage, that I didn't take advantage of certain opportunities. Regret is, for me, is the worst human emotion any of us can experience. And once again, I will say this from my heart, with every fiber in my being. I believe that what we together can accomplish in the next 2 to 3 years. Now, I believe that this company is going to be around for decades. Don't misinterpret what I say. I believe this company will be around for Alexi, our owner, is 46 years old. He's building it for the rest of his life. But every company, whether it's a stock, whether it's a brand, whether it's a network marketing company, there's a window in time. If you get involved at the right window in time, the potential, the return on your effort can be exponential. It could be a 10x multiple, a 5x multiple, a 3x multiple. I believe in this next 2 to 3 years, we will build this base. We will go into international expansion. We will come out with 6 to or so categories that will absolutely rock the world. And you can win. Wherever you're at right now, listen, to be successful, you have to see something through. There's never, ever a successful person that exists, a real successful person that exists that hasn't been met with adversity, that hasn't been met with challenges. The problem is the masses, when adversity comes their way, they buckle. They just melt. Don't melt. Find the strength in yourself. Find the strength in your leaders to see this through. Give yourself a 6-month window, a 12-month window, an 18-month window. Once again, I don't know how long the window is that I really think that we can capitalize tremendously and have what I would call a very high multiple growth scenario. There's 100,000 or so people in New Life today, and I believe it's going to grow to millions. I believe it's going to be 3 to 5 million before we get into a more of a stable type growth. Once again, I didn't say it ends, it's more stable. When Netflix was $40 a share, that run from $40 a share to $400 a share is incredible. Once it got to that higher level, now it grows more stably, and it doesn't grow at such an exaggerated level. Same exact thing is going to happen for us. So what you can accomplish in this window of time, let's just call it 2 to 3 years or 2 to 5 years, something in there is something that I personally don't believe many people could duplicate elsewhere. See, to be very successful, investing in the stock market or investing in real estate or buying a franchise, you need capital. You need money. To get involved in New Life, if you start a business, it's a small investment to get started. And in doing so, now you're in this vehicle, this trend that can have life-changing effects on who you are and where you're going and what you can accomplish. So I strongly urge all of you to take this very, very seriously. Yesterday, in partnering with Thomas DeLauer, in what we're going to be coming out with the content for Thomas DeLauer, in the whole gamut of what we will produce with Thomas DeLauer, I'll make a statement here. I believe in the keto space domestically that New Life has all the necessary ingredients to do $500 million in the next 2 to 3 years in keto, probably in 2 years. Now, I'm not even talking about our one-of-a-kind, first-to-market HGH transdermal gel. That in itself could be $1 billion brand. Alexi has spoken to all of us and shared a few of the things that he'll be coming out with in the future. So the point is, we have a robust pipeline of innovative, first-to-market categories that you can capitalize on. Please get back to anyone who invited you on this call and understand how you can participate, how you can show someone a video, how you can show someone a Zoom call like this, and all you're looking to do is see if people are intrigued. If people realize that we have a business and we have product categories that have a viral nature to them that I personally have never seen before, that's why I engaged. And in engaging, the upside is, very significant for all of us. I encourage you again to look at this and make a decision based on facts. In doing so, I believe you'll form the exact same opinion that I have, that the upside here is something that you simply can't deny. So thank you very much for your time, and good night, everybody.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll get this recording out. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate you. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Chris. Love you. Night, everybody.